Hello one and all, it is the Spirit of Isengard here once again, and we are continuing with our Isengard Let's Play. This is episode 22, quite certain on that one. So I've had a interesting couple of days. For those of you who haven't watched my recent video, the StarCraft Let's Play of Zerg Mission 7, I believe it is, I have some exciting news. And that is relative to my computer. You can, if you want the full version, check out that video, but the TLDR, basically building a computer from a friend of mine. That friend of mine is also going to purchase some of my components, namely my motherboard, my RAM, and my CPU. Now that means I have to get new stuff, obviously. So, what that means is I'm getting, well, no, I have in my hands right now. I don't have a motherboard for it yet. That's still on its way. But I am currently holding an i7 7700K, as well as 16 gigabytes of new RAM clocked at 3200 megahertz. So, I am very excited to be overclocking for the first time. Now, I have a hell of another story to tell you guys momentarily, but let's get on with it here. I also have a new case on the way, and I will explain what's going on with that in a moment. So, this isn't great. The Varyags are coming after us. These guys are trying stuff. I don't know. But you know what? I think we can sort of slaughter these guys, though. Quite a few people, well, not quite a few people, but somebody recommended that, well, I feel the opinion might be of quite a few people, that I probably shouldn't throw myself into Mordor, and that it might be a negative venture, to say the least, in many regards. And I'm definitely taking that into consideration. We'll see how it goes. I think we are going to have to hit Gondor from behind, though. I really think we may. Alrighty. Man, this army's nice. I like it. Just Uruks. Nothing but Uruks. Truly spreads fear among our enemies, I would imagine. Okay. So, that fun story I said I had. Well, the other day, yesterday in fact, I went to turn on my computer after going out for a while with some friends, and my power button appeared to have sunk into the I/O, and I was like, oh sweet, so I pressed it, gave it a firm little shove a couple of times, and it doesn't want to come back out, and it appears to be thoroughly stuck. So I do what of course anybody would do. I decided to take a knife and see if I could sort of jimmy it back up, and that didn't work either. So then I did the thing that was a little more reasonable. I took my case. I really do like the Uruks. I like the models, they're good. Anyways, I took everything out, unplugged it, tossed the good old-fashioned case on the floor, you know, that full deal. And what I did next was basically I attempted to, I have the Antec 900, like version 1, like the original Antec 900. Anyways, so the I/O button's on the top essentially, and as I was trying to get the top off to access this button so I could maybe jimmy it or something, see if I could pop it up from underneath, that was proving to be very, very troublesome. And I did not have a very successful time in trying to get the top cover off. There's these little clickers underneath that you need to get, and I could only get 2 of them, and the other 2 were basically locked tighter than hell, and I just couldn't do it. There was no way. I don't know why, but they were basically broken almost. So I messed around with that for half an hour. I was exceedingly frustrated, as one might imagine. So after all that fun, I decided I'm probably not getting this damn thing off. So what I did then was I just figured out online. I knew of it in the past that you could jumpstart a motherboard. I wasn't exactly sure how, so I figured out how to jumpstart the motherboard, which you just got. I use a knife for it actually instead of a screwdriver, but you pretty much just click the metal between the two prongs and it jumps. So long story short, I start my computer with a knife now. But the fun thing is, when I brought my computer back to my its little nest area with all its cables and setup, it plugged in, it started after it took me a little while to get the prongs right and set up. So after maybe 3 or 4 minutes of messing around just trying to get the thing to start, it started, and oh sweet, I'm happy, it started, awesome news, right? Wrong. My monitor was displaying no output. I was like, okay, cool. This has actually happened to me before. So what I did was I was like, alright, whatever. I decided to merely just unplug, replug my DisplayPort cable a couple of times, fiddle with the monitor. Another 5-10 minutes, nothing. I could not get this damn monitor to work. There was no video output. The monitor was on, all that. I check my graphics card. Graphics card's running. The plot thickens essentially at that point. I'm always nervous that I've fried my components with static electricity, but I live in a basement, so I don't think it should really be a huge problem because I'm already fairly grounded in that regard, and I make sure to be constantly bonding myself to the case to even out any static electricity. But at this point, I'm starting to think the worst. Oh my god, is my CPU fried or something? Because what else would this be, really? This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So I say, alright, here's the plan. I go grab my other old piece of junk monitor. It's got a VGA. It's got a DisplayPort to VGA cable on it, funny enough. So I plug that in. Video output is not working. At this point, the CPU thing seems to be more and more possible because 2 monitors, neither of them will accept the input as being an actual input. Just so at that point, I'm like, alright, did I literally lose my CPU? Because I don't think it's my monitors. Now, mind you, this is off my graphics card. So at this point, I'm saying, alright, I'm very concerned. So I contact my friend who I was meeting up with shortly anyways, and asked him if he could bring over his monitor. He has an old monitor as well, but it's got a DVI cable, which provided another method of testing, to say the least. And this DVI cable was perfect because I could plug it into the motherboard itself, not my graphics card. Therefore, I could use the integrated graphics on my what's the word here? CPU, my Intel, my 6700. I think it's like 560 is the Intel graphics that comes pre-installed. But anyways, I was going to attempt to use the onboard graphics to see if I could really figure it out. Because if it booted with the onboard graphics, then it had to be something else, not my CPU, obviously. But I decided to pop my RAM in and out, because you never know, sort of thing. Next, I was going to mess with my motherboard and all that, and I put it in, still nothing. All of a sudden, though, my screen sort of jumps to the boot menu, and it's like, it's taken a long time though. Like it's got the spooky little weighty thing going on, and this is in the boot picture itself, not the Windows boot. So I'm like, what is going on here? 10 minutes go by. I'm like, alright, I don't think I need your monitor, sort of thing, right? Then I finally sort of decide, alright, what on earth should I do in regards to this? And eventually, though, a couple more minutes go by, and it actually makes it to the Windows screen. But something really strange has happened. The Windows loading screen is doing the whole update as if I just installed Windows or something. At this point, I'm starting to think, oh god, did my drives fail? What's going on? No. Like, I'm fairly concerned that there's something wrong with my hard drive, actually, or my SSD. It continues, and it boots. And it's weird, because I recognize the desktop. It's what I used to run back before I got my monitor and a lot of the goodies with my new computer. It's an old partition of my current computer, essentially, that I used to use on my hard drive, because right now I use my SSD for my boot, right? So it appears that it booted from my old partition of my hard drive, which I do store things on actively, but why is it booting from this old partition? I really don't know. At this point I'm thinking, crap, is my darned SSD kicked the bucket? Because why else would it randomly decide to change the boot order on my SSD? So at this point I warily go into the file explorer, and my SSD's there, so I'm like, okay, that's a plus sign. I go into my SSD and I open a couple files, some videos actually, and they run. So clearly my SSD's capable, active, and alive, which is great news. Then I'm like, okay, so what the hell is going on? Obviously at this point I'm thinking maybe it just changed my boot order. God knows why, in all honesty. Anyways, turn the computer off, turn it back on using a knife, of course. Chargruel, that's a nice name. I turn my computer back on. Takes me a little bit, but eventually I catch the delete and get into the boot menu. Well, not the boot menu, the BIOS. Then I navigate to the boot priority, and my SSD is not even in the boot priority. There's no SSD availability there. So what the heck is going on at this point? I literally can't even find my SSD in my boot options. So that's not great news either necessarily. And I'm sort of like, what the heck's going on? But what happens next is even stranger. There's sort of a fast boot option to select what you want to boot from by pressing F11. So it boots up, I press F11, and of all the things that can happen, my SSD appears in this. And I select enter, boots my computer as it currently is right now, you know, with my weird tank background and all that, perfectly normally. So my computer's fine. Apparently it decided to resurrect an abandoned partition on my drive and boot from it for no reason, and then disappear my boot menu, my SSD from my boot priority. So I don't know what's going on. I am very confused, but my computer's running, which is about all I can ask for at this point, because trust me, I was very worried about the results that may come from this, because I was really worried that my SSD broke or something. I don't know why it would do that, but it was concerning to say the least. I was fearing for my computer's life, to say the least. But apparently it's fine, so yeah. Here we are, and yeah. Anyways, I'm really worried about these Variags. What on earth are they trying to do to us? It does not look good. Not good at all. So what sort of videos do you guys want me to be uploading? I'm considering starting a new faction, in, this game, of course. Divine Conquer. But, I'm not sure, because I'm gonna get another Battlefield video out soon, but, I'm curious to what you guys really, enjoy watching me play. I'm gonna really need to pump out all of my StarCraft 1 Let's Plays before the darned remaster comes out and they become essentially pointless. Oh, nice. You know, I felt like that might happen, honestly. It did, so that's fun. Nothing like a good old crash, eh? Gonna need to Control-Alt-Delete this bad boy. Medieval 2. There we are. Crusades. Hopefully that's one of those weak crashes that just decide to happen once in a while, not a problem I actually have to solve somehow. Ooh, that's loud. Alright. My apologies for the crashing of the game. Oh, so that case I'm talking about. Yeah, so the case I'm going to be ordering, well, I've ordered it, is the Thor V2. It's by Roswell. I'm deciding to air cool my i7. However, I'm looking for a hell of an air cooler. And obviously that puts me in line for the NHD15 Noctua. If you don't know what that thing is, I'd suggest looking it up. It's pretty scary, however. It is absolutely monstrous, in all honesty. Like, I haven't seen I didn't know CPU coolers could be that big. Let's put it that way. So I'm excited to get that thing. I ordered some other Noctua cooler for the time being because I didn't expect to have to get the Thor for a while, but I sort of was forced to because my power button's buggered now. So basically my computer's upgrading itself at this point. It's probably sentient, honestly. I think they might just be going home. Hopefully that's the case. That would be quite nice, I must say. Can we dump a couple of you guys in there? How much space do we have? I think we're gonna get one more. Yeah, perfect. I'm good at guessing. Alright, that's a plus. Aldberg's doing decently. Gellebrand's doing its thing. Can get some ballistas, why not? What's our money situation? I think we're not losing too much. Lugnag needs to go on the warpath, however. Holy, he got there quick. Alright. Yeah, good job, Lugnag, I guess. You are a man of your word. Awesome, Lugnag's there for the killing, I guess. Come on. Get ready for listen up. You know what we'll do? Actually, what is that army? Let's find out. Maybe we won't do this. Ooh, okay, yeah, we'll do this the right way. Use my head, preferably. Come on, no sleeping here. Regroup, you lout. Listen up. You guys know which army I'm gonna have to command. There's no two ways about it, honestly. Well, actually, we can command both of them. No problem, because then we'll dump that army directly into the south of Gondor, and we will begin the two-pronged death push against both factions. Meanwhile, they keep each other occupied at the River Anduin. And hopefully that strategic plan pays off. That is some hell of white snow, if I do say so myself. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, my command's definitely just gonna be a charge. Yes. They're gonna love these guys, aren't they? Everybody loves these guys. Like, how can you not? Nothing wrong with some hardy berserkers against some poor Gondorian soldiers. I almost called them Gondirians. That would not be great. I need a way to reach more viewers as well, so I'm trying to figure out how I should be doing that. Obviously there are ads. I'm not too keen on buying ads for my videos. I don't think that will do a great job at luring people in. But I'm gonna, I don't know, I'll figure something out. But I definitely need to get the subscriber count up. We will see what we can do in that regard. Gonna look at definitely diversifying our content. As I've already talked about wanting to do and have been doing, so we'll see what comes next in our array of gaming games, to say the least. Ooh.
If we continue like
This should be quite a slaughter. Ooh. These guys are getting the rough end of things, it looks. Alright, should we flank or should we save? I say we should flank. I think we can maybe get a route off even. Where did these guys come from? I thought I had officially sanctioned these guys as never recruiting them again, to say the least, due to their terrible nature, but I suppose they have their uses. I mean, I know I did just recruit one out in our Mordor garrison, but there was a reason for that. We need the troops, we really do. How are them peacekeepers holding up? Not very well. Perfect. We are going to slaughter them. I truly do love the Berserkers. They're an awesome unit. I wish these guys were coming from the other way. If they're coming from behind, it would be much nicer. Oh, those are archers though. That's a good engagement for nice sad excuse for troops. Alright, that should definitely, we should be able to get some troops on the run here fairly soon, I would imagine. Alrighty. You guys have no idea how excited I am to put this 7700K in my new motherboard. My only question for the future, I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do, because I have a GTX 1070 and that's definitely a bottleneck. To an extent at this point even, but to a much larger extent once I put a 7700K in my system. So, I'm debating on what the heck I want to do. I doubt I will be purchasing a new graphics card this summer, however. Hate to say it, but I don't think that's the way it's going to go. Maybe, depends on how much money I make. We'll see where that goes, but the real question for me is, do I go 1080 Ti or do I go SLI? 1070s. My motherboard is specifically designed for SLI, funny enough, so it would probably be decent, but I've never heard great things about SLI, in all honesty. I hear it's sort of a bit of a shimmy sham, and sometimes works great, sometimes it's terrible deal. So I don't know exactly what I want to do in that regard. I'll figure it out though, of course, but yeah, that's what I'm debating on. I think I would end up getting better performance technically with the two 1070s. But I mean the 1080 Ti would just be more of a quality of life thing probably. Like I imagine it being easier to cope with and do updates and manage. Plus you also got to consider heat, but I mean I imagine heat won't be a huge issue in this case I'm getting. It's the biggest case I've ever worked with myself. It's thoroughly monstrous, so I'm excited for that portion of it. Good job, Skog. We've slaughtered Captain Curvin. So that is a plus. But yeah, no, I don't know. The new case has enough fan headers to drown somebody, so it's gonna be interesting plugging and figuring out all the spooky things for that. And on the plus side, there's a SSD adaptable drive bays. Currently, let's put it this way, my SSD sort of just floats around my machine. It's just hanging out, really. Sorry, Gondor. Sorry. I'm sure you can accept my apology. Here I are. Shouldn't be a big problem to take that. You know, if you guys just keep on going, I would be very happy. They really are having to dump troops into over there, are they? Alright, suppose we'll end the turn then. We must definitely take a look at our monetary situation, see how we are doing in that regard. Because I don't want to be going broke. That will never be a good experience in that regard. I'm surprised at how much money Done Lost here makes us. It's quite impressive if you ask me. Honestly. This is interesting. Their movements are definitely, nothing, yeah, we're losing money. Nothing too terrifying. I'm really happy. It looks like the very eggs are just going home. Nice guys, honestly. I'll leave them alone. You, however, can, do what you were made to do. And that is utterly destroy, the people out there, sadly. Sadly for them. Boar breeder's probably better money at this point.
No sleeping here.
Okay, you're going up here too, obviously. You can just hang out in Wraith? Sure. Why not? You can build more troops though. Where my Nazgul? I want the Nazgul, damn it. Have the ring, come on. We should be able to take this without too much trouble. Maybe not. That's a fair garrison. This place should be a rollover though. We can just auto-resolve. Yeah, there we go. Sack. Ooh, good. Ooh, yes. This is a wonderful score for us. Why did I not decide to take this place earlier, honestly? Awesome, and there is that down there as well for us to go approach. What are you doing in the woods, mister? Good thing I spotted that.
Ready for fighting. Orcs! Attack!
Hold on here.
Listen up! Kill them all! Get ready for fighting! Kill them all!
There we are, that should do. And we'll send a large force south here, flank around the Cape of whatever you want to call it. So anybody think that's an eagle up there? It sort of seemed like one. Okay. Yeah, well, that's their problem. They're not going to last too long, let me tell you. Especially against Mr. Troll. This is the golden trolls, guys. These guys are good trolls. They're so good they have spears protruding from their back. That's how strong they are. They just have spears inside of them. Yeah, look at this guy. He's the strongest. He's got a huge spear at him that bobs up and down. Their pain threshold's actually amazing. So that's the deal there. Very strong creatures. Come on now.
The battle seems to be swinging in our favor.
Oh yes,
From
it
such
does.
tidings does
Does it
victory
now?
emerge.
Alrighty. Oh, I made a loaf of bread this morning. It was quite decent, not bad at all. I've been working on that, baking some more loaves lately. So yeah, no, I enjoy cooking a fair bit. So I do that upon more than occasion. Come on, pick it up now, man. Archers over there, eh? That'll do. We'll just throw you schmucks into the archers and you guys into the spears, right? That's the way you like it. Alright, guys. Here we go. This is the, what we've all been waiting for. Yeah! Oh, poor buggers. I don't know who in their right mind would fight trolls. Well, there's my first yawn of the video. Not as bad as whenever I recorded recently. Somebody knows the video. It was brutal. I've yawned like a trillion times. It was yawn central, I would say. Come on, get in there. Yes, yes. Okay, no, you don't need to do that necessarily. Silly trolls. Lugnag's getting in there, it looks like. It'll be fine. I'm sure. Wait, did we lose a troll? I feel like we might have, guys. Not good, not good, not good. We lost a troll, I'll cry. I'm sure these guys could use some support. As awesome as they are, they could probably use it. I don't see a troll corpse, but I felt like we started with 13 of them. Come on now, you geniuses. Let's go. Does anybody here know what they're doing? Get together. Ah, good old trolls, eh? They don't listen, but they do the thing, so, I mean, but they're awesome, so. They sort of make up for it. Until they die. Which they don't, generally. But if they do, it's a bad time. Oh, perfect, we got a route going. Oh, no! No! Lugnag, the mighty general! Oh, no. Not Lugnag. He was close to my heart. He was responsible for the slaughter of hundreds and hundreds of men. Well, that's a sad day. This video will be something about Lugnag, I suppose. Wow, and what a battle to die in. That's a shame. Yeah, they got a morale boost out of that, that's for sure.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their
Is everybody
men.
else running away? Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't see no troll corpse. Good. Better not be. Well, Lugnag, sorry. You tried, right? Come on, you guys know you're dead. Just give up. Just give up. Excellent. Oh, poor Lugnag. Yes, no casualties sustained. Excellent. It's a nice stick he's got, eh? We'll have to give him a funeral, won't we?
Regroup, you
Ah, Shaknák. What a name, Shaknák. Sounds like the orcish equivalent of a fast food place. You ever been to Shaknák's? Oh my god. This new general looks even better. Look at him, he's... What the... Something's wrong with him. I love it. Alright, perfect. Shaknák is now the new commander.
Hurry up.
And we put our faith in Shaknák. What? Maybe we'll make this video about Shaknák. Forget about Lugnag. Or we'll name it Shaknak's Rise and Lugnag's Fall. Shaknák. I don't think I'm getting over that anytime soon. That's a pretty hilarious name.
Get ready for fighting.
Alrighty.
No sleeping here.
Okay, that's how that's gonna work. Awesome.
Come on. Objective complete.
Yeah, they'll reach there in no time. You guys have that under siege. You guys are doing your thing. Alright, I think we'll end the turn, but I'll probably end the episode next turn as well. After the turn goes away. It's probably been about 30-40, I'd imagine. Come on, Elkford, I need more money, man. Anybody around here want to make me more money? Wind? Gind? Jind? Who knows? Alright, there we go. Let's do this. So, for those of you that don't know, StarCraft 1 is completely available to play right now for free online. So I would definitely recommend you check that out if you are bored and have no games or have never tried the game. I put out videos for it, as you have likely noticed. But yeah, no, it's on the Blizzard website and you can now download it for free. So that's pretty neat. Thought I might give that a little share. Well, that's a wonderful way to end this episode. It's probably pretty fitting. This is we're running into a lot of crashes lately. I'm somewhat concerned for the stability of our campaign. But anyways, thanks for watching. Take care and goodbye.